Dear viewers, this is Atem Sujin. You are welcome to Mistaken Identity Show. Today we're going to discuss about Dinganyai's situation and the fight that broke out on social media. All of us have seen the videos circulating where Dinganyai, who is one of our best musicians, was seen beating up his wife and arrest her. In that process, there were a lot of outcry on social media, especially on Facebook, where his fans came out to denounce what he did and even went further to say that they are going to stop attending his shows and listening to his songs. Who is Dinganyai? Dinganyai is a Dinka musician who is well known for his songs that advocate for the right of women. Dinganyai has been singing a lot of songs in regards to the family life and how we can respect our women and what role women plays in our life. So Dinganyai has been known for that, and 80% of his fans are women, especially in diaspora, especially again in Australia, where he staged a lot of concerts last year. Dinganyai was seen beating his wife on social media, on Facebook, and the video was not very good. And is it shame or fame? That's the question. We are going to unpack the situation we're in, the situation that Dinganyai puts himself in, and what should be the best response from him. Looking for that, or looking ahead to that, we have seen that there are a lot of issues to do with social life. And Dinganyai was one of the musicians that stood out to advocate for the right of women. And the same Dinganyai was seen beating his wife on Facebook. So, and after that, there was reaction from social media platforms, and people came out to condemn it. Some stood with Dinganyai, which is okay. But now, how does it affect the career of Dinganyai, and how does it become a lesson for him moving forward? We're going to look at that. Before we do that, let's have a clear story of what happened. Of course, they went to court and they were divorced. And then Dinganya asked for the custody of the children, which was not taken well by the ex-wife. And then the father-in-law or his in-law intervened and said, okay, fine, Dinganya, I'm going to stay with the children. So she will be under my care. You'll be supporting the kids, but I'll stay with them. So, and for the trust that Dinganyai has on the in-law, he accepts the woman to go with the children and stay with the uncle. In that process, Dinganyai came back later to court claiming that this woman is not taking care of his children. So he asked the court again to give him the custody of children. So in that process, it did not go well, and that led to a fight. And when the fight broke out, the woman was arrested by the police, and all that was recorded on Facebook. Now, as we have said earlier, we don't make money in music in South Sudan. None of our musicians have made enough or good money using concerts in South Sudan. Most of our musicians have decided to go abroad and stage their shows where they are well paid. For example, we have big names like Panchol Dengajang, who went to Australia, who had a tour in US, and also, who have stayed for more than 3 months in Australia, staging concerts from one state to another. And that was very good money. We have learned that our South Sudanese, especially the Dinka in Australia and in the US, have really come out to support our musicians and build their careers. Unlike back home here, where staging a show, those who want to come in without paying will be more than those who are willing to pay a ticket for them to attend the show. For that case, now that Dinganya has fought the whole population that have been supporting him, especially 80% of women in Australia, what is going to happen to his career? Of course, since we know you cannot make money from songs unless you stage concerts. And you cannot stage concerts in South Sudan and you're paid well. The only way you can be paid well is through staging concerts in Australia and US, and where majority of South Sudanese will attend and pay very well. So unlike in South Sudan. So apart from the situation where Dinganyai found himself in, how did he respond to that? His response, the first response he made was to have a video clip that summarizes what happened, which was very good. But Dinganyai didn't stop from there. He went ahead and make a song about Facebook. And he also called upon God to punish those who go on Facebook to insult others. Dinganyai has forgotten completely that his fans are very important. And also he has forgotten that he needs to lay low to make sure at least this situation is handled. Because if fans refuse to attend or to pay for the concert, then I don't think Dinganyai will be able to sustain his music. And especially now if you talk of Australia, where he went several times, and his shows have been filled to the brim. You can see it on Facebook. And if you look at those who attend the shows and were dancing and singing their hearts off, most of them are women. Those women now are saying that one of our fellow women is being abused by Dinganyai. For that matter, we are not going to attend his shows or even listen to his songs. And if that is the case, then this is a very serious problem, and that needs a very, very serious approach from Dinganyai and his team. My advice, as someone who have been doing shows with musicians, carrying out interviews and also observing the trending issues on social media and also regarding our music in South Sudan, I will advise Dinganyai to keep quiet, to shut up, and see what is going to happen. Because the more you start attacking your fan for defending your woman whom you beat up and arrest, it is like telling them I don't care, which in real sense doesn't make sense because you beating up your wife, regardless of what she did, doesn't make sense. Because the same Dinganyai advocates for the right of women. The same Dinganyai stands, against those who mistreat women. And most of his songs are always praising women. So you have put yourself in a situation where women look at you like the only hope who can speak on their behalf to their men. Then the same you who has been advocating for their right, who has been fighting for them, and who have been, staging concerts, and women come in and support you, pay for the concert, pay for the tickets, and even go further and give you the money after paying the tickets. We have seen the shows in Australia where women will come with money, come with bed sheets, and a lot of gifts to give it to you. And then the same you is telling them that you don't care, and even calling God to punish them for talking about you. You shouldn't have been a musician if you don't want people to criticize you. Because musicians, whatever you do, you're a celebrity. So anything you do, even if it is a normal thing, it has to be taken and analyzed by the public because that's what it is. So just to advise, I will really urge Dinganyai to keep quiet, let it pass. Or otherwise, the more you keep confronting your fan, who are mostly in Australia and US, because the fans in South Sudan will not attend shows. I don't know when was the last time I attended a show in South Sudan and how much the shows will pay you in South Sudan. But those big concerts, those big tours in Australia, you still need them. So our advice has mistaken identity, stay away from the drama and do something about it, update the public about the fate of that woman. People have been crying out, release this woman. She needs care. She doesn't need to be arrested because what she wants, if she's an addict, then she needs to be taken to a rehabilitation center where she'll be taken through some medications. Instead of arresting her, why can't you help the mother of your child, the mother of your children, take her to a better facility where she can get help? So we really advocate, we need to know where that woman still lies right now. Is she still in prison or not? If she's not in prison, then the best you can do is to tell the public your work. What are you doing about this situation? And how are you helping the situation? Actually listen to their voices of saying, okay, fine, this woman, if she's a drug addict, then she still needs your help. So what are you doing about it? We're hoping to listen to Dinganyai. This show will bring him soon on board and hear from him, and we'll update you on the follow up and how this woman is doing, how is she faring, and where is she currently, and how is her state of mind. That's very important. And what is her connection with the children? Because obviously, even if she was a drug addict, taking her children from her will even worsen her situation. If that is the case, don't take her to the police. Take her to the rehab center. Do something about her. You're welcome to mistaken identity. Having another thing on board, last week, 2 days ago in Juba, the musicians of South Sudan, the South Sudan Artists Association, have come out demanding all the radio stations to play 90% South Sudanese music. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? I don't know. But in real sense, you cannot demand radios to play 90% of your songs. You cannot do that. What you can do is to negotiate. And also, let's step up our game. Music is a big deal. Let's compete. We are East Africans. Let's not be asking for us to be given the airtime. Let us at least improve our music and let us fight, just like other musicians in the world who are fighting to be recognized. So, radios are commercial stations and they will play what their listeners want to hear. So telling people that you have to play 80% of, or 90% of our songs and you're not paying for that is really very hard. What the radio will do is to play what their audience or their listeners want to hear, not what you want to be played. So I'm not criticizing, but I'm just saying it is a very, very big a misfiring situation. The best you would have done is to negotiate, have a discussion with all the radio stations, tell them how you want South Sudanese music to be promoted. Don't demand for 90%. You don't own the radios. So we are going to watch this closely and keep it Mistaken Identity Show. We are hoping to see you next time. We'll be doing shows frequently nowadays because we have a lot of subscribers on YouTube channel, and we also have a lot of viewers on Facebook page. We've been, very inconsistent, but moving forward, we'll bring you all the updates, all the trending issues in South Sudan in regards to entertainment. We're not political. We only look at how we can expose the positive side of South Sudan. We're not only known for fighting. We have best basketballers. We have best musicians now coming up. We have so many good things that we can be known for. Keep it locked. I am Tim Sejin, the host, Mistaken Identity Show. Thank you for listening and thank you for viewing.